So hi there everyone and welcome to race day at the Black Sea Grand Prix. My name's Leon, I'm the one looking after you today. If you've seen the last episode, you'll know we qualified again at the back of the grid. Did see some improvements in terms of the overall performance of the cars, and that's all we can hope for. Looks like we've got a dry start. We will start on super softs and we will attack from the off, but yeah, we're not going to worry about the grid because it doesn't affect us really. As we said, there's our cars, 19th and 20th. But Patrick's car is supposed to have some improvements in the engine on race day. Decent start, moves up to 16th, 15th. So the good start. Hopefully a sign of things maybe to come in the future, but yeah, dropping back a little bit now. Newey just holding his place at the back of the grid. Oh, I thought maybe we got 15th back there. It'd be nice if we could actually run in with the cars for a while, not get hit as well. That's been our downfall the last couple of races. Oh, dropped to 17th. Right, let's change to neutral modes. And see how we get on. Patrick 18th, Newey in 20th. And there we go, 19th and 20th. But let's see, I mean, it's going to be a case of how long can we stick to the back of that pack. And the worst thing is they are technically on slower tyres as well. But we're coming to the end of lap 3. Oh no, kind of lap 2. Newey's getting upset with Patrick. She's not driving very well form-wise, which is not helping. Newey had a bit of a lock-up which wore his tyres down a bit. And we've already dropped 3 seconds behind the car in front. Seconds behind, really behind the cars at the front of the grid after just 3 laps. And on a circuit that's taking 1 minute 30, you'd expect probably about lap 15 or so before we get lapped. Oh, there's been a collision. Monpap Hat has been given a drive through. Patrick's form's improving. He's still holding around 3 seconds behind Hans's. So holding on a bit better than originally thought. Yeah, dropping a little bit. Oh, one apart in the pit for drive-through. So we managed to jump up a space temporarily. There we go. Yep, both cars got past. But probably won't be long before Monpapat overtakes. So lap 7, we got Monpapat coming up to unlap Patrick, already unlapped. Overtake Patrick. He's already overtaken Newey. Ahmed's at the back of the field now. But it's in lap 7. I mean, the bit I'm looking at is the gap. So Hans is 16th. Is about 6 seconds ahead. But yeah, six and a bit seconds after 8 laps. So we're not dropping back as fast from cars as we used to. So hopefully the improvements we're making to the car should have us at least in the field by the end of the season. So as the lead cars come round to complete lap or start lap 13, let's have a look. So at the moment it's Cohen from Schumacher, Suri, Beckman, Aberdeen, Flourish, who has just hit the pits. We're currently in 18th. We are about 10 seconds behind the car in front, and Newey is 19th, about 7 seconds behind Danica Patrick. And after 13 laps, so it's about half a second difference between the two cars, which is quite good. We've got cars who are now starting to pit for tyres, and looks like Monpat's just had to pit for a repair as well. So that could help us a bit. Ahmed is at the back, closing on Newey, but he's on a lot fresher tyres. Newey's going to be heading for the pits soon. Actually, we're going to put Newey in to do pits now. Onto a set of soft tyres. I'm not going to pit Danica just yet. Ahmed swerving all around the back of Newey. Yeah, I'm probably lose the space here. But Newey's about to dive into the pits anyway. There we go, Newey into the pits. We'll drop him to the back of the field, but on a fresh set of boots. Might also get lapped in the process. Got out just before they were being lapped, but is lapped on the first corner after the tyre change. But those front cars are going to be coming in for tyres soon as well. Right, let's jump back to Danica Patrick. Done very well on the tyres. Actually probably could technically be the last one that needs to change over. But yeah, Patrick 14 seconds behind Hans's after 16 laps, so dropping about a second a lap. Right, I'm gonna pit Danica Patrick now. It just seems sense. Let's get the tyres changed over. Even though it's not going to be long probably before we have to come in and change them again, because it looks like the weather's going to change. So, yeah, it drops out to 19th place. And now it's just a case of having the run. So we're going to have to see what the weather does, how it all affects everything. So lap 21, we have got Newey's been lapped by all the cars up to about fifth place cars about to be overtake, and Danica Patrick's just been overtaken by the leader, but it's taken 21 laps this time. So that's a massive improvement, considering in the last race they finished about 4 or 5 laps down. So at this rate, if it carried on, we'd expect to be lapped another once. So 2 laps down would be quite an improvement. But still plenty of time to go. Weather is probably going to be changing fairly soon. There we go. Yeah, weather's just about to start changing. So it won't be long before we will be bringing the cars in, jumping them onto intermediate. Some cars have already started to change over, maybe a lap or 2 early. But that is just one of those things. There's nothing we can do. They're so far ahead of us. But yeah, Danica Patrick seems to have driven her form back up. Started the race with a 0 form and now at 5.1. New, he started at 10, now down at 3.4. He's having just doesn't seem interested. But then the kart is awful. Yeah, more and more people onto intermediates. We've got 3 cars already changed over. Interesting to see if Monhapat, as you expect, to come in fairly soon, along with NATO. I think Monhapat's in the pits. They're the test one for us. See if we can close them with us on slicker tiles. Not that it'll make much difference because we're going to have to go into the pits at some point ourselves. And the blue flags don't help either. Yeah. Right, let's start swapping our drivers over. Onto intermediates. Yeah, there's going to be a spell of it. Danica Patrick will change over first. Just makes sense. There's no point us risking the cars. Oh, mistake on the tyre change. Let's have a look how new easy one goes. Yep, without incident. So Newey's now been lapped by all the cars up to 16th. Danica, all the cars up to 5th. So the lead cars have hit half distance. So let's have a look at the state of affairs. Schumacher is leading from Surrey, Beckman, Aberdeen, Cruton and Schotterhorst. Danica Patrick is 19th, over 30 seconds behind the car in front. So it's about a second of lap slower. Actually, it's about 40 seconds behind. Newey is actually a further 50 seconds behind. So, yeah, our cars are not brilliant, but at the moment we seem to be on the right tyre because we're actually going faster than the cars that we're about. So the cars that are in front of us at the moment are the cars that have lapped us in 5th and 4th, and Patrick is just unlapping herself. So yeah, we made the right time to change the tyres there, but Aberdeen's just come in for tyres. Technically we should be getting a blue flag for Danica Patrick, but is going faster than the 4th place car. But as I say, it's just because we're on the right tyre, they're not. They're on soft tyres. So yeah, in the field, I mean, Ahmed's going to be probably the one that might fall into kind of close range to us, but I doubt that. Doubt they'll fall close enough. So 27 laps to go, and all we're doing really is going round and round the circuit. So we're coming up. We're actually, looks like we're about to unlap ourselves from the 3rd place car now. burning through the tyres, but I'm not going to worry about them. If we've got a pit, we've got a pit for another set. And the tyres are hot, but hopefully if the weather comes out a bit wetter, then kind of... So Danica Patrick's just being held up by this stupid blue flag now. He's technically the faster car, but didn't get enough of a gap on the cars on the third place car before the flag was showing. Oh no, it wasn't. It was Correa's on intermediates and pulled away. We've actually pulled away of Beckman, who was the third place car. So yeah, it's just a case of, and even Newey's going faster than the first place car at the moment because they were about to lap them again, but has pulled away. Ahmed is the one slowly but surely seems to be slipping into Danica's range, but I reckon they're going to pit probably on the next lap and then they'll just pull away again. Yeah, Danica's now starting to get overtaken by all the cars that have now changed onto intermediate, so did some great work getting herself unlapped. But yeah, Ahmed's pitted. Yeah, miles ahead. 25, 20... Yeah, about 20, 22, 23 seconds ahead. And all the cars are now on intermediates. So it won't be long before the likes of Schumacher laps Newey again. So as the leaders start lap 38, Schumacher has just lapped Newey for the second time. Danica Patrick is being lapped at the moment as well by a variety of cars, just the 13th place car coming up to lap as well. But it's the massive improvement. There seems to be a noticeable change in how good the cars are running, and that's the bit that matters to me. Looks like we're going to be running intermediates till the end of the race, so we'll probably be doing another pit stop very shortly. As I said, I'm not worried now about the other cars. It's just looking at the overall improvement of our cars. I mean, Danica Patrick's has been lapped once. We'll probably get lapped twice by the end of the race. So it's a bit of an improvement. And as I said, they've got some new suspension and brake parts which will hopefully help the car going forward. But that's what this season about. It's going to just be getting the car right, and then hopefully next season start challenging, putting enough money by so that we've got the chance to buy some decent parts to get some decent bits for the car for next season. But yeah, 16 laps left. Let's do our final change. Parts should survive. Newey onto a new set as well. Again, have to time to fix the brakes. So I don't think they'll quite make it to the end. As I say, it doesn't make a difference time wise because we're at the back of the grid anyway. And anything, if it lets this group of cars back and puts us into a bit of a gap, we can probably run a bit clearer. That was the gearbox that was playing up. That's okay. Danica Patrick in the pit lane. Nice change. Nice change. Only 5th best time though. It's great that we've got this really fabulous pit crew. This car that makes no difference. Yeah, Danica Patrick running in 19th. The Schumacher looks like coming up to lap, which will be his lap for the 2nd time. So lap 52, we are going to do another pit stop just to put them onto slicks, just because we got the time. Doesn't make any difference. I forgot, we've got to start on fast forward. Let's slow that down again. Also the fact we had other cars. I mean, basically now, the only car that hasn't lapped Newey is ourselves. We're not that far behind, but Patrick has now been lapped by everyone. Just probably might have held him off, but there was no point. Drivers wanted to go onto faster tyres, so we may as well let them. We've got the fuel to burn, we've got the time. Lots of other cars are now changing over as well, even though we're on the last 2 laps of the race. Patrick has definitely driven herself back into form, and she started off with a 0 form rate and is now at 9.9. Newey started at 10, dropped down to the 3s, but is now back at 7.9. So both those drivers are kind of happy, and that's kind of what we want, is them to be comfortable with what they do. Schumacher is coming round to start on his penultimate lap. It looks like all cars are going to finish, which is a shame because that normally helps us. And at the moment it looks like Newey is about 1 corner ahead of Danica Patrick, which I don't think they'll catch. But the promising bit I was looking at is, in the last race, Newey finished 12 minutes behind the cars and the leaders. At the moment, it's only just over. It's about 5.5 minutes down, so it's kind of half the gap. So if we could do that in the next race, Patrick is what, about 4.5 minutes down. No, yeah, 4.5 minutes down. So there's definite improvement in these 2 cars. And I think if we can just get the right engine right and get things like suspension and brakes, we'll just start closing up the gap a bit more and maybe start fighting these guys at the back of the field, because they're only 100 seconds, so basically a lap ahead of us. And over the course of a race, it's about 1.5 seconds a lap difference, I reckon, between Patrick and likes of Ahmed. And probably even less than that, because we've done more pit stops. And I didn't need to do as many pit stops as I have, but then I do. But there we go. Schumacher is won the race. So we're just finishing off this lap. Our cars are going to finish 19th and 20th. But it's a better performance. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. Is to see the difference from race to race. So Newey's come round, finished, actually yeah, closed the gap even less, so it was just over 5 minutes, just under 4 minutes for Danica Patrick. So yeah, definite improvement, but still a long way to go. If we could half it again in the next race, then I'll be even more happy. And if you think about it, if we half the gap between Patrick and Ahmed, we are then going to start getting up, because there's not much. There's only 60 seconds between 10th and 18th. So if we can start getting into the points by the end of the season. Right, cars being checked. Don't expect, no rules broken. So Schumacher won from Cohen, Aberdeen, Nato, Cruton and Beckman. We were down 19th and 20th. 2 laps down for Danica Patrick, 3 laps down for Newey. So again, massive improvement from there. Still no points. But we have, again, we want to be challenging for that 8th place, and we're 15 points behind that. I just don't think we're going to do. We've got to start making sure, we've got to start improving to keep our chairman happy. Otherwise, we might not even have a job next season. But, yeah. So, we're going to move it on again and see how we get on ready for the next race. But if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, or if you haven't already done so, leave your comments below. But until the next episode, bye-bye for now.